Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I will talk about how to take apart and put together Suzuki Burgman 400 2005 model year. Also it probably covers 2003, 4, 5 and 6 I believe. Here's this nice bike and just yesterday it was practically completely bare metal. Okay, I was replacing some of the body parts on it. I will tell you in order what really has to be done to take out everything, including this front box. So let's start. First of all, when you do a job like this, anything that has to do with engine or any electrical connections or anything, open up your main glove box and pull out the battery. This is essential. Still, you'll have to remove it anyway if you want to remove this thing. So pull out the battery out of here. In my case, I needed to replace the front box and rear meter panel. It's the basically panel which has your speedometer. But I also was doing maintenance on my engine at that same time. To remove some of this box, you will need to remove rear shield on top here, which under the seat. And I honestly don't even know if you would be able to remove it without removing the seat. Therefore, after battery gone, I would start from removing the seat itself. To do this, you basically disconnect this little shock, and right here in front there are 4 nuts that holding the seat to a metal plate. You need to remove those. Don't even try to disconnect those 2 whatever they are, bolts or nuts, which make seat go up and down. Okay, just definitely remove those 4. Once you do that, be careful, because seat has a connection. So really, what you should start here is from removing this top panel under the seat, which covers your air box, and then you disconnect that connector. After that, you completely remove those 4 nuts right here and remove the seat. After this has been done, you need to remove this top panel. Remove it is fairly easy. It being held by 2 push pin rivets. Okay, so 1 on each side. 1 is here, 1 is on the other side. It sticks into this plastic part, so you just carefully pull it out and it comes out. One of the easiest part to take out, believe me, in this bike. At this point, our next parts to remove will be your body covering under the footrest on both sides. So to remove them, you have to pull this rubber footrest. Just carefully pull it out, okay, and the rear one as well on both sides. Under them you will see bunch of, again, this push pin rivets and screws and bolts. If you planning to just remove this part for, let's say, certain maintenance on your transmission or engine, you just want to make sure you remove those that hold this part. But since we are about to remove everything here, we need to remove basically every screw along the way. Two large bolts here on front. The two large bolts in the back can stay. Okay, if we're not working on the rear, on anything from the rear. Okay, so two large bolts here stay, two large bolts here out. All the push pin rivets out. Okay, once they out, especially on this side, you have this stand. You have to bring it down like this. Right here, you have to basically unsnap. If you can see these little white things that snap in, they sort of snap in. So you have to unsnap one here, and it's easy, comes out this whole thing. Okay, just make sure you remove everything. Okay, along this thing. Same thing on the other side, and also don't forget there will be some here on the bottom as well. These rivets. Just make sure you remove all of them. Well, just if it doesn't come out, just check again, because if it doesn't come out, something holds it. So you want to check everything, because there are a couple of rivets in the back. So imagine this. At this point, we don't have this, and we don't have this here. So we need to move on to keep on removing stuff. So let's go here at this point. At this point, we can start removing here. This panel right here, between windshield and your lights, okay? It has to come off. Two screws, one on each side of your odometer, speedometer, and tachometer. Again, snap out, okay, and remove. Very easy. Again, those white snapping things, okay, has to come out. Now let's speak about this part here. I would remove this one as it's one of the first parts to come out. You maybe recognize it as your ignition panel. To remove it, you have to go again in your main glove compartment, and under on the ceiling of your glove compartment there is one of those. Looks like a screw, but it's actually one of those rivets. You have to basically screw it out a little bit, and then pull it out. Then again, this just unsnaps, okay, and comes out fairly easily. Okay, so at this point we have this out, this panel out, seat is out, okay, this little panel out, and this is out. Next piece to come out will be this whole big front. Remember, we were unscrewing all the screws right here along this. So I think 3 of them will belong to this part. Okay. There are also 2 screws here on the front, one on each side, in the very corner. They covered by this right and left box covers. Okay. They have to come out as well. These 2 ones. Okay. They're actually holding this part as well. Besides with holding this part, under this cover you will see 1 bolt on each side, 2 bolts right here, 1 on each side, 4 rivets here on each side, and 2 rivets on the bottom here, right where your wheel is. Once you take this out, all these bolts and rivets, you want to put some rag right here, because this will be dropping, okay? And disconnect your lights, okay, from behind, and pull this thing down. All this thing with lights, all this thing should just come off with no problem. Just pull it on yourself and down. Alright? This is part 1. See you in a little bit.